Hey everybody, welcome back to the Intern Queen YouTube channel. New background central. I'm actually about to go out to dinner, and so I'm testing shooting these when I'm like already ready, because you know how it is with YouTube. You gotta fix the hair, the makeup, and I feel like it's just easier if I'm already on my way out the door. So before I leave for my dinner, I wanted to make sure to answer some Q&A. We posted on our social the other day, just sort of an ask me anything. So I want to read through some of the questions that we got in. I'm just going to do it right off of my phone on Instagram and answer some questions for you. But before I dive into answering your questions, just want to make sure I reiterate to all of you that we are trying something new. This is a 10-minute long video. We are testing 4 videos like this because a lot of you told us that you like longer format videos so that you can clean your room, go on a walk, go for a run, do your thing. So please tell us in the comments what you think of these new longer format videos, or if you like the more, you know, to the point, tip videos. Don't forget to subscribe, click on our logo in the bottom right-hand corner, and make sure you subscribe to the channel. Turn on your notifications so that you get an email every time we post a new video. And remember, every other Wednesday. Okay, so I can answer questions about anything. Oh, we got 587 responses yesterday. That's a lot. So I'm gonna click see all. Let's see what we have here. Okay, question number 1. Sarah John asked, any tips to stay safe on the internet? It's too bad that that question has to be asked, but it is such an important question. I think in terms of staying safe on the internet, one of the best things you can do is just be really mindful of what you're posting. Try not to post any photos directly in front of anything that might have a physical address on it. So I know when I'm shooting, I try to make sure that I'm not right outside my front door. Even though I love when people post those like new homeowner photos, I try not to post things like that when I move because I don't need anyone to recognize exactly where I live. That feels a little odd. When you're not home, try not to, you know, publicize that too much. I know that can be tricky because we all love to show when we're traveling and then it is clear that we're not home. But I think it's being really mindful of what you're posting. I know a rule that a lot of people follow is they'll post vacation photos, but they do it once they're already home. So those are just some things to think about. But I love that you're asking that and really just thinking about it. All right, Megan Maxey asks, what was my first job ever? I'm like, I think I know the answer to this. My first job ever was at the Limited 2, and you guys watching might know that store as Justice. Remember the girls' clothing store in the mall? Well, I was terrible at my job, but that was my first job. As soon as I turned 16, my parents were like, you are getting a job. So I went to the Countryside Mall and I interviewed outside on a bench somewhere. And I got the job, and I remember that I was in charge of folding t-shirts on the t-shirt table, and people used to come in with empty baby strollers and they used to just swipe that front table. And if you were me, you're like, you know, daydreaming, looking around, rocking out to that Limited 2 Christmas soundtrack, and like, all the t-shirts are gone from the front table. So I did not get fired for that because I swear it happened to everybody. But I did end up walking out of that job because I didn't like how some of the managers were speaking to me. I felt like the tone was off and I didn't really feel like I needed that job. And I ended up going to work at Red Lobster. Sorry, not sorry, Limited 2. Anyways, the store's not around anymore. Suzanne Garcia, I know you, Suzanne. Suzanne said, do we include our graduation date in our resume if we graduate in 2 months? Do we include our graduation date on our resume if we graduate in 2 months? I think what you do, Suzanne, is you put expected graduation, December 2021 or May 2022. I think that's what you do. And then after you graduate, you know, graduated, and then you put the date. I think that's the best way to answer your question. All right, let's see. Another question, are digital portfolios good to include in job applications? Are digital portfolios good to include? So, I mean, the short answer is yes. Anytime you can include any kind of digital portfolio, I think that's really cool. And look, for some jobs more so than others, right? If you're applying for a social media or a creative job, a graphic designer, Of course, a portfolio is going to be amazing and something people are going to definitely ask for. They're going to want to see your previous work. If the portfolio is sort of creative and just a creative way to show off what you've achieved, I love that. And I would encourage you to really step outside of your comfort zone in terms of how to show that off. We just did a video on hashtag TikTok resumes, which we'll link below, but make sure you check out that video because I really like when people make those TikTok videos. I talk about this in the TikTok thing a couple weeks back, but when you pop up the green screen and you show off your resume or photos of your work or like a picture of you working an event and then you're in front of that green screen talking about what that moment is, I think that's a really creative way to show off what you've done. And if someone sent that to me, I'd be really impressed. I would think they're on trend in terms of technology, right? They know how to use all the platforms and just a really engaging way. That's not just like a digital portfolio link to really show off your work. So that would be my advice. Okay, Lauren asks, hi Lauren, my name is also Lauren. Advice for seniors applying to internships and jobs. It feels like even more competition post-pandemic. Okay, advice for seniors applying for internships and jobs feels like even more competition post-pandemic. You know, Lauren, it's funny. I mean, we are still coming out of this pandemic, right? So as an internship expert, right, I'm still learning and observing and talking to people and trying to understand everybody's unique experiences. I will tell you, people are landing jobs. Companies are hiring for great jobs. We talk to employers that are having struggles recruiting and finding great candidates every single day. I think that because a lot of companies are a little unsure about what they're going to do, are they going to return to the office? Are they not going to return to the office? Sometimes hiring gets reprioritized, right? And so sometimes I think the hiring process has taken a little bit longer because there's so many different things that HR departments are working on right now. But other than that, it's going to be okay. And I don't think that it's going to be that much harder for you to get a job post-pandemic than it was pre-pandemic. And I'm here for you if I can help in any way. But definitely, if it's your senior year of college, plant those seeds now, start talking to all your contacts, remind them that you're going to graduate. And again, it's a timing game. Actually, random note, we had a student, one of our graduating seniors, she's about to graduate and she was applying for a ton of marketing associate positions for one of our clients. And the client actually came back today and said, our advice is stop applying for associate level roles. It's different at every company, but at this specific company, associate is a little bit higher level. And they said as an entry level candidate, she should really be looking for positions that are titled assistant or coordinator. So I thought that was really interesting because again, a lot of companies use this word associate and you don't really know where that level falls in. So coordinator roles was something they suggested for entry level. Just thought of that and wanted to share. Okay, let me see how we're doing on time on this video. I promised you guys. All right, we're at 8 minutes. I'm gonna go for 2 more minutes, you guys, okay? All right, someone said, what was your first job after college? Lots of first job questions today. I like that. So my first job after college was at CAA, Creative Artist Agency, the talent agency. I was the second assistant to the head of motion picture talent at the time. I learned everything there. Was I great at my job? No, but I learned everything and I'm still in touch with my boss who helped me become the businesswoman I am today. All right, let's see. I think we have time for one more question. All right, I'm like cover letter, interview. Tell us why you hired a recent hire. Tell us why you hired a recent hire. Okay, I can do that. So ironically, as I make this video, we literally hired someone today. So thank you, Mark, for that question. It couldn't have come at a better time. So when I think back to why did I hire this person, I hired this person because number one, her name was familiar. She actually worked with us when she was in college as an Intern Queen campus ambassador and now is still in touch, you know, 3 or 4 years later. I love that. And that just goes to show you that connections and relationships matter. I think at my business, if I can hire people, it's not a requirement, but if I can hire people that have been in our Intern Queen world when they were in college, I just think that really adds to our sort of brand story. So I love that about her. I also felt like she was a really, I won't say what role it was for, but I also felt like she was a really strong communicator. And while she didn't have, 10 years plus experience, I felt like she could get there. And a lot of times as a small business owner, that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for, could this be someone that's going to stay with us for the long haul? I never want to hire someone that's going to be in and out. I never want to hire someone who's super unsure about what they want out of a job, right? Because that person might leave, and when you're a small business owner, you can't afford for people to leave. That's really hard and a big stress on the business. So I'm looking for people that can sort of be molded over time, right? And trained to be that amazing executive and team leader. So I'm really excited about this specific candidate for those reasons. Cool. All right, everybody. Well, I do want to wrap, but just remember, I'm always here. You can always ask questions. You can comment on YouTube. You can go to Instagram, TikTok, wherever you want to go. I am here to be accessible to all of you. So if you're not getting a response, please wave your hands in the air. Please let us know. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We have amazing resume, interview, and all kinds of career advice. See you guys on the next one.